Welcome to the AmritaTV talk show. Just wanted to ask you how your entry into cricket. Just like you enrolled as a medical student, and your father, mother, they are also qualified doctors.
Yes.
And how come the interest? It's just a passion, or
See, right from my childhood, I always used to love playing the game. Like every kid in India, I used to be the same. But the first structured coaching for me came when I joined St. John's Cricket Foundation when I passed my 7th class. It was my uncle, Baba Krishna Mohan, who is my maternal uncle, my mother's younger brother. He himself was a good cricketer. So he spotted talent in me and he encouraged me. But I never thought that I would play cricket or take cricket as a profession. I always had a goal of becoming a doctor. Like my parents, both of them are doctors and quite eminent doctors in Hyderabad.
Correct.
And I wanted to become like them. But my dream was to play for the country, and not very often you see your dream being realized. But I was very lucky that I was able to pursue my passion, and I was very lucky my parents gave me the independence, gave me the freedom to choose what I wanted to pursue, and I was very fortunate that I've been able to live my dream for almost 16, 17 years representing the country.
straight away under 19 India?
Yeah.
That was, you thought you can make it at that time?
See, once I took a decision that I'll take cricket as a profession, I always thought that I would make it to the top, But the changing point was that under-19 tour against Australia in 1994.
Yes.
In fact, in Trivandrum, I got a very good 100 on a tough wicket in the first innings. And Sandeep Patel, our coach then, he in fact gave a statement saying that Laxman is ready to play for the country. And it was a big statement because Sandeep Patel is a very respected cricketer. And coming from him, a lot of people took notice. And since then, I think I got a lot of recognition. And after under-19 India, I played for India A. And then I played Ranji Trophy and
Dilip Trophy.
South Zone.
And
then eventually played for the country.
Actually, that tour opponent Australia was main pace batteries like Bradley, Gillespie. Those things continued in the test also, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was a very formidable Australia youth team. It was actually Australia youth team versus India under-19.
Okay.
And they had Bradley, they had Gillespie, they had Matthew Nicholson who also played for Australia.
Correct.
And then they had Andrew Simons, Mike Hussey. So it was a very formidable team. And I was the highest run getter. And the difference between me and the next highest run getter for the Indian under-19 team was almost 150 runs. So I had a huge impact on that series. And the way I played that series actually forced people to take notice of it.
Then you come to test cricket also against the Australia, out of these 1700s you scored, 6 against Australia only. What is it feeling about the Australia is supposed to be the best side,
I'm not sure, but the relationship against Australia started from the under-19 days. And it's great that when you get runs against the best team in world cricket, especially at that time, and the most formidable bowling attack. You had McGrath, you had Bradley, you had Gillespie.
Shane Warne was
Shane Warne, obviously the best spinner, one of the best spinners in world cricket. To get runs against them consistently and in some tough situations and conditions is always very satisfactory. And I think I'm very proud of that achievement.
Crisis man, you are supposed to be told by the media and others, not only the media, everyone who loves cricket, when you come for batting, India will be in a situation to lose the match. But you took India to victory many times. Can you tell me which was your best innings?
I always relish playing under crisis, and I don't know, somehow that kind of situation got the best out of me. And there are a lot of knocks, and I'm very fortunate that during my career I was given an opportunity to play some important match-winning knocks and some match-saving knocks for the country. And you can't really, say number. You cannot really tell which is the best. But the 281 has to be on top of
that is what Wisdom Cricket says. It was one of the best innings an Indian cricketer bat. But I think before that, 2000, you got 100 against Australia. That is 160 odd runs at Adelaide.
No, at Sydney. And that was my first test 100. And it gave me a lot of confidence, a lot of self-belief, because that was my first test 100 and I always dreamt of scoring 100 in Australia. Right from my childhood, I've always wanted to do well in Australia. I love watching cricket being played in Australia. I used to get up early in the morning and watch the matches being played in Australia. So that was a sort of a dream come true when, against a good bowling attack on tough conditions. The next highest was probably no one got even a 50, and I got 167 in that innings. In the Sydney Test match. So I think that changed the way I approached the game. That knock gave me the belief that I belong to the international cricket, and from then on, I think it's been great.
Back you had a partnership with Ishan Sharma and Oja. That even during the injury, you took Suresh Raina as a runner. What was it? I mean, how come that confident you can make the team to victory?
See, I think again that was another memorable match, and again a match where we thought that we lost the game.
Correct.
And from then to go on to win the game, I think it was
118 for 8.
Yeah, and when we had a decent partnership, I thought I will not bat, because we were chasing some 240 runs, and I thought I would not bat because my back was really bad at that moment, and it was hampering the way I move also.
Correct.
But the situation demanded that I go in and bat, and luckily Suresh Raina was there as my runner. And we had a decent partnership with Sachin first, and then suddenly we lost a lot of wickets, and I was with Ishan Sharma, who came at number 10. And I just told to Ishan at that moment, you just hang in there, don't think about whether we are going to win or lose. Losing the test match was an inevitable thing, just prolong the inevitable. And as it happened, he showed a lot of determination, exhibited excellent temperament, and we shifted the pressure from our side to the Australian side. And I thought that they panicked, and they gave a lot of loose deliveries, which we capitalized. And in the end, Oja also held his nerve, but all in all, I think that test match was one of the most memorable test matches.
And also against Sri Lanka, one match.
Yeah,
that match you got 100.
Again with a back injury.
Yes.
When I was on 30, my back became stiff, and again I had a runner in Sarawak, and to win in Sri Lanka against a top-class bowling attack, especially in their conditions which suited their bowling style, and getting that runs in the 4th innings on Sri Lankan wicket, because any wicket in subcontinent, especially in the 4th innings, deteriorates.
Correct.
And to get and to play in such a manner, I think it was very pleasing.
And come to your after the retirement, you took over the new assignment. Are you enjoying?
Yeah, it's been quite good. Because this is the first time actually I'm mentoring a side. I mean, there's a designation, but I always felt that even when I was playing, when I was a senior player, irrespective of which team I was playing, I always used to share my experiences with the youngsters. And luckily for me, the youngsters have been very receptive. And even here with the Sunrisers, I think we've got a good start. In a tournament like IPL, momentum is very important, and it's great that we got the momentum on our side. We just want to carry on the good work. The bowling has been marvelous, and we won some close matches. So there's a good fighting spirit within the team. But if a batsman step up and they play to their potential, I think we'll be a very formidable side.
I think Sunrisers now the underdogs, can make. I think the championship also can dream over the championship.
Yeah.
And one more thing, why not into coaching?
I'm not sure. I've just retired. I did try a little bit of commentary, which I really enjoyed. And then this assignment with Sunrisers for the next 2 years. And I'm not sure whether I'll be coaching a side. But my ultimate dream is to set up a school and a sports academy in Hyderabad. Because I feel that education is very important, and I want to give back to the society. And I think nothing better than educating the future of the country. And I feel that I want to set up a world-class school in Hyderabad with infrastructure of a good sports academy, because I feel that there has to be an all-round development in a kid. Because once there is an all-round development in a child, then they can take on any say obstacles or any situations they face in their life. And for me, education coupled with sports is a complete package for the success of the kids.
What about administration? Venkatpati Raju is Vice President, Arshad is there, Shivalal Bhai is there.
Yeah, I think I don't know in what capacity I'll come, but I'll definitely look to contribute back to Hyderabad Cricket Association and hopefully even to the BCCI, because cricket has given me everything. Hyderabad Cricket Association is where they encouraged me right from my younger days, and BCCI, they gave me an opportunity to represent the country for 16, 17 years. So I think I would love to give back to the sport which gave me everything, but I'm not sure in what capacity.
Jeff Boycott rated as best opening batsman, and he said he is one of the best players against the fast bowlers. And you opened for India, then number 3 was a good spot, then number 6 was the best. Can you explain what difference for the youngsters, those who are?
I think it's important to take on any role you're assigned by your team, because ultimately it's a team game. You know, I would have loved to bat at number 3, but that position belonged to Rahul and he's done
Correct,
so well. You know, but I had to adjust my game according to the role I've been assigned. And number 6 never came naturally to me, nor did opening. But number 6, at least it's in the middle order. And I think you just learn with experience. It's so important to understand what's your role and play according to the situation. You know, there's no fixed pattern as such which will give you success. But it's important to learn with each and every experience, each and every outing, and then you become a better player. And then number 6 taught me a lot how to play with the tailenders. You know, because at number 3 you are setting up the game. Whereas at number 6 you go and the game is already set and you have to adjust your game according to the situation the team is in at the time. And playing with the tailenders, sometimes you have to give confidence to the tailenders, which I learned.
Correct.
You know, initially I tried to take most of the strike and play some big shots, but I was getting out. Probably would get 3 or 4 boundaries, but throw away my wicket. Then I realized that the more time I spend at the wicket and give confidence to my partner, which are the bowlers, then the runs for the team also accumulate. You know, and I think it's been great. And I've been very fortunate that the tailenders or the bowlers with whom I played took a lot of pride in their batting. They really worked on their batting and they took a lot of pride. So I was very lucky that during my career we had some very important partnerships, you know, especially batting.
10,000 runs, everybody thought you'll complete. But unfortunately, it was quite shocking for us, you know, announcing your retirement. That too, India was struggling at that time. Do you think now the middle order is well set after Dravid, yourself?
I think, see, I definitely think that a lot of people were surprised with my decision, but it came more with what the team required at that moment. And I feel, you know, 10 test matches in India before almost the next 2 years we're playing a lot of overseas tours. It was an ideal opportunity, ideal platform for a youngster to get his footing in international cricket. 10 test matches in home condition which they're familiar can establish them as a good international player before they go to places like South Africa, New Zealand, and then Australia and England. So I think that was the decision, that was the reason why I took it, and I'm very happy about it. And it was the time I felt right for me to move on. And since then, you know, players have really took their opportunities. Players like Pujara, players like Virat Kohli, I think they're marvelous players and they are already shown that they can be match winners for the country. So I think it's great that we have got some talented young batsmen who can do the job for the country.
I think there should be like a very, very special person like you, you know. They should bring laurels to the country. Anyway, thank you very much. Wishing all the best for your future, like administration, as cricket school you're going to start for the youngsters. And finally, a word for the Kerala budding youngsters.
I think Kerala has always given a lot of talent, you know, and the most talented player, the most talented bowler I have seen is Srishant. But along with that, I think the Ranji Trophy team has also, especially the current Ranji Trophy team.
Prashant is there with the Sunrisers.
Yeah, with the Sunrisers.
He is my student actually.
Okay, yeah, he's an excellent all-rounder. You know, I don't just rate him as a good left-hand spinner, but he can bat also. You know, there are a lot of good. Sanju is doing well. You know, you got
Sachin Baby.
Yeah, a lot of, and you know, also some good fast bowlers. You know, Warrior player. So I think, and I get to know a lot about the Kerala players from Srishant. Whenever I meet him, I ask, and he tells that there are a lot of good players. You know, Rohan Prem is excellent. You know, Raifi, I always felt Raifi is a very good all-rounder. So I think they're a very good talented side, and I just want, you know, them to realize their potential. It's very important that the players realize their potential. Talent is one thing, and talent is not the end. You know,
hard work.
There has to be a lot of hard work, and they have to understand their game and understand how they can convert those talent, how they can convert that potential into performance. And once they do that, I'm sure they will make a mark.
Thank you.
Take it.